is up, guys? EJ here, back with another video, and today it's going to be my Blu-ray DVD update for September 27th, 2013. So I've got 6 new Blu-rays to show you, all from last year. Yes, I'm still catching up on movies from 2012. Haven't bought anything that's come out in 2013 yet. And this is also sort of my horror roundup from last year as well, not including my 2 favorite horror movies of last year, The Cabin in the Woods and Sinister, which I already have. Also, I gotta apologize for the lighting. It's really bright in here, obviously, and the sun is shining like right through the window. But it gives a cool look considering this is a horror film and I'm like half in shadow and whatever. So anyway, let's get started. Up first, we have Chernobyl Diaries. I really dug this film when I saw it. I thought the premise was really interesting. Great idea for a horror movie. Maybe the execution could have been a little bit better. But a bunch of tourist young people are vacationing in Moscow, Russia, and they're looking for something a little bit more extreme. And they hook up with this extreme tour guide who takes them to the abandoned town of Pripyat in Ukraine. Pripyat is the town that was next to the Chernobyl nuclear power plant that, of course, melted down in 1986. And there they get stuck in their van. All sorts of weird stuff starts happening. Of course, the surrounding area has been infected by years of radiation, and they've all turned into sort of maniacal mutants, sort of. Yeah, I really dug it for the most part. I also like the ending. I know a lot of people didn't care for the ending, but I thought it was cool. Yeah, cool little horror movie from last year. And of course, got the slipcase. Not all these have slipcases, unfortunately. That's kind of goes with the territory when you're buying Blu-rays this late in the game. So up next, we have Gone. Definitely more of a thriller than a horror movie. But again, another film I really sort of dug from last year, starring Amanda Seyfried. She plays a young girl who believes her younger sister gets abducted by the same sort of serial killer who previously abducted her years ago. But she managed to escape, and now he's come back to take her youngest sister. Yeah, cool film. I liked Amanda Seyfried's performance in this. Also stars Jennifer Carpenter and Wes Bentley. Where's Wes Bentley been all this time, since like his American Beauty fame? But yeah, I'll watch Amanda Seyfried in pretty much anything these days. Had a big crush on her for a number of years now. Just love her, and I thought she was good in this. Okay, moving on. Speaking of girls I have a crush on, we have House at the End of the Street, starring, of course, the lovely Jennifer Lawrence. This, yeah, really didn't get a good reception when it came out, but again, another film I sort of dug. She and her mother, played by the always good Elizabeth Shue, move into this new house in the sort of in the woods outside of town. They're starting over, and their next door neighbor, played by Max Terrio, has a deep dark family secret. His parents were killed in the house. Yeah, I liked it. I'm really liked Max Terrio in this as well, and I also watched Bates Motel this past season, and he played the older brother in that show. Really good show. Vera Farmiga, awesome as Norma Bates in that show. If you haven't seen that, check it out. I believe she got nominated for an Emmy this past week. I don't think she won, but really good show, and Max Terrio is good in that as well. This is sort of when I'm talking about Jennifer Lawrence in the and Amanda Seyfried. This is the sort of role that I consider the Jessica Biel in a dirty white tank top from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. That's basically why I like this movie. Jennifer Lawrence running around, sort of half naked, sort of. Another film I could think of is P2 with what's her name, Rachel Nichols. Another good-looking girl and lots of peril in these type of horror films, and Jennifer Lawrence is in that same kind of performance in this. Yeah, I dug it. It wasn't great. More of a thriller, I'd say, than a out-and-out horror film, but not as much as a thriller as Gone is. This has more horror elements, of course. But yeah, cool film. Okay, up next, a film probably most of you will hate me for getting, but that's Paranormal Activity 4. Yes, I have the other three Paranormal Activities, and I thought, what the hell, I'm gonna buy them all if they keep coming. This was just ridiculous. I thought, I don't know where this franchise is going. It's like 5 years later after the first initial film. What's her name? Katie, crazed lady with her nephew, has moved next door to this young girl and her family, and yeah, all kind of the same bullshit happens. Yeah, they sort of took it in a weird sort of witch coven direction at the end, which I didn't really get at all. It was sort of similar to the ending of Paranormal Activity 3 in that vein. But I liked, yeah, the young blonde. I thought she was pretty good. I have no idea who she is. I got a thing for blondes. I mean, it's kind of obvious in this update. But yeah, Paranormal Activity series, whatever. Number 4. Okay, up next we have VHS. Cool film from last year. Had no idea about it before. It was actually, I believe it was Jay, Absolute Sublime One, did a review on it, a video on it, and I thought, yeah, I'll check this out. I really liked, what's the Halloween anthology movie, Trick or Treat. And I thought, I haven't seen very many anthology movies like that, and I really like Trick or Treat, so I thought I'd give VHS a whirl, and I dug it. Yeah, it's a sort of found footage anthology movie. Bunch of guys are hired to break into a old house and get this videotape, and then we see all these different segments of varying horrific degrees, if that makes sense. I thought the first one was cool with the sort of crazy the vampire girl, and I believe the last one was cool as well with the haunted house. I don't really remember the ones in between. There was one where like this couple is on vacation in like Arizona or something. They're visiting like the Grand Canyon or something, and that had some interesting elements to it. But yeah, cool little found footage movie. I know there's a second one that came out this year. I don't know if I'll get that or if I'll even see it. Let me know if you've seen VHS 2 and what you think of it. I also saw there's a I Spit on Your Grave 2, which doesn't make any sense to me, to be honest. But yeah, VHS, cool little movie. If you like anthology movies and found footage movies, not too bad. Okay, last but not least, because it was the first horror movie of 2012 that I watched, and I really liked it when I first saw it. And that's The Woman in Black, starring Daniel Radcliffe, of course, from Harry Potter fame. This was a good, solid English gothic horror story, ghost story, and I sort of miss those in a lot of horror movies these days. Always like a good gothic English horror story, basically. I grew up on those stories in England, hearing about various haunted houses and this type of stuff. But this film is basically Daniel Radcliffe going around corners holding a lamp, exploring noises and creaks and God knows what. This old woman is haunting this town. All the children are dying, and for God knows what. I don't remember much about it, but I do remember Daniel Radcliffe sort of exploring a lot of this old house. That's kind of what this movie is. But yeah, it has a good atmosphere, and like I said, good sort of Victorian English ghost story type of movie, and I dig those type of movies. So that's The Woman in Black. So those are the six new Blu-rays, all from 2012. Let me know what you think of these movies. Taking more tape off, of course. Thank you for watching as always, and until next time, I'll see ya.
Bond. James Bond.